welcome to my humble homestead and garden side chat. So today I have some things I need to get done in the kitchen. I have some yogurt going in my Instapot. I have some chicken I'm going to prepare in my slow cooker for this week, along with some other meals that I want to make together to get ready for freezer meals. I went into Fargo yesterday because I had to stop into the office at my work, and I did pick up some groceries and some different things. These butternut squash and zucchini and things are from my garden. I have an overabundance now of butternut squash coming in. So I was looking up some recipes to use these for. And I also picked up some jalapenos at the farmer's market because we went through that cowboy candy. It was a big hit. So I'm going to make a double batch this time. I know I didn't last time because I wasn't sure how we'd like it. So I had some people at work like it. Coworker and we had a virtual snack with cowboy candy. I gave some to my son, and I have another friend at work who wants to try it so we can have some snacks together. So I'll link that video below on how to make it. I'm going to prepare it and make it the exact same way. The only thing that I'm going to do different is I saw on 1800 Homestead, she adds turmeric to hers. She does not use a celery seed, but I'm going to still keep the celery seed in there, and I'm going to add turmeric because y'all know I add turmeric to pretty much everything, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't I add it to that too? So I'm going to do that, and so I'll link that video below, and then I'm just going to add turmeric to it. So that's going to be the only difference. But you all know how I am with my knife skills. So how I am going to cut these butternut squash up for my recipe is I'm just going to nick them in a few places, and then I'm going to soften them up in the microwave. So I'm going to put them in there for about 3 minutes just to kind of get them soft. And then after that, I'm going to come and cut them up. Because, you know, I've not been so great with not cutting my fingers with these super sharp knives that I have. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get these diced up. I have to get my zucchinis diced up. I think I'm going to get the freezer meals done with you all today. I'm not sure if I'm going to break this up into a couple different videos because I'm going to do quite a bit today, and I don't want it to be, you know, like a 2-hour video, obviously. So I'm going to get an apron on, and I'm going to start just softening these butternut squash, get some stuff prepped, and then we will get some freezer meals done together. All right? See you soon. I've been dicing or chopping onions, some zucchini, sweet potatoes, and now I'm going to work on these butternut squash. So because y'all know I needed knife skills, I looked up the best and easy ways and safest for me how to cut these butternut squash. So what I did was I showed you how I poked the holes. Then I mic'd them each. I actually ended up doing 5 minutes because 3 wasn't quite good enough. Then I just cut off the bottom and the top so I could get a nice level surface. And then I'm just going to go straight down the middle. It's not cooked. It's just, I just wanted to kind of soften it a little bit. So there we go. And then I am just going to scoop out the seeds with a spoon here. And then I'm going to peel it. You don't have to peel. Some people eat this peeling, but I'm gonna peel it, and then I'm just gonna dice it and do it with these 2. I'm gonna see how much I have with these 3 before I do that one. That one's still not 100% ripe, so I'm gonna kind of let that sit. I could run out to my garden to get more if I need more, but I'm gonna see how much I have with these 3 here. I think I should have enough for my 2 recipes. I might need a little bit because I'm not sure if I have enough sweet potato. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll come back and we'll start our prepping. Now, I also wanted to let you guys know that next week I'm going to draw for the winner of the chopper. So I will link that video below too. So enter into that, you guys. I'm going to do a random winner pick thing. I'm going to do it live so y'all can see who wins the chopper next week. So I've been shopping with the chopper in this video. Find those other videos and comment any acts of kindness that you've done, small, big. Anyone that you have subscribed, have them subscribe and just say, Missy told me about your channel, or I know Missy did, so that's why I said her name, or Ginger. I'll just throw some, anybody, you know, just do that, and then I'll add your names into the drawing. All right, so I'm gonna get these prepped up, then I will come back in and we'll do our freezer meals and move on. I'm gonna do some really good ones, you guys, so if that interests you, I'm gonna do some it's called Indian butter chicken, but it has no butter in it. It's just that delicious. I'm gonna do some meatless ones, some butternut squash spicy soup, just a bunch of really yummy ones. So yeah, some chicken cacciatore. Let's see, let me look. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do here. Chicken cacciatore, sweet potato quinoa stew, sausage, sweet potato, peppers, onions. That's like a one you throw on a sheet pan and bake it. But these are all just going, they're going in the freezer dump meals. So going in the freezer where you can just pull them out whenever you're ready. Spiced butternut squash soup, pesto chicken and veggies, butternut squash cauliflower curry. That one, I have to make sure I have cauliflower. I don't know. I have cauliflower rice, so I might just throw cauliflower rice in there. African Thai stew and the Indian butter chicken. So, those are the ones I'm planning. Come back. See you soon. I'm going to get this all prepped up so you're not just watching me chop. See you soon. Hi, welcome back to my humble homestead and garden side chat. So I have been super productive. I have been prepping and I'm ready to start putting these freezer meals together. So I have several bags ready and I divided my chicken up into bags. So let's start with the chicken ones. So I do have some chicken in my slow cooker because I thought I'm going to make this Indian butter chicken, and then I'm going to put one in the crock pot and let it cook for the week. So these freezer bags I have doubled because when you do one freezer bag, they're good in the freezer for about 3 months. If you do double, they're good for a good 6 months. So I thought, since I have so many freezer meals in the freezer already, I'm going to double these so these can be used after my other ones. So let's go ahead and start with this Indian butter chicken, which actually doesn't have butter in it, but I heard it's delicious. So let's start. So right now I have 2 pounds of chicken. Now mine are frozen, so I did not cut them up, but you can cube them so it cooks faster. But I didn't. I'm fine with having them like this. I can just cut them up when they're finished. I'm going to do 1.5 cans of tomato sauce. So I just brought out some tomatoes. Let me get some tomato sauce here. That. And then I think I'm just going to put a little bit of these tomatoes themselves in here. Okay, so 1.5 can of tomato sauce. 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Here's my chicken broth I thawed out because I had it frozen. So 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Oh, I have to be doing this in both of them. All right, here we go. In there, let me put the rest of that in there. I'm going to put some more of this in here. There we go. Just tip this upside down and let the rest come out. Glad I thought of that. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Probably what makes it that buttery. So 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I'm not melting it because it's going to freeze. It's going in the freezer. And this one, I'm actually going to turn on high for now while it's open, and then I'll turn it down to low. And 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric. 1.5 teaspoons. I'm just going to put a scoop in there in each of them. And then a teaspoon of cumin. It's going to have some nice flavor in it. This Indian butter chicken. 2 teaspoons of gram masala. So gram masala, I just got this at the regular grocery store. I suppose I could have, but I bought this a little while ago for another recipe, and I just had it still. So 2 teaspoons of this. And this is really just used for some Indian dishes. 1 garlic clove. So I'm just going to take a tablespoon of garlic in each of them. And 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger. I think I'm going to use some freeze-dried ginger because I did not dig any ginger up. Smells just like fresh ginger. We'll work with that. Using what we have, right? Okay. That is it. So this slow cooker 4 to 6 hours on low, Instapot 8 minutes. Okay, and then to serve, we can add some coconut cream to it, some lime juice, and a little cilantro. So I'm going to try that out tomorrow, and this is number 1 done. I have yellow turmeric cans already. Like I said, I'm double bagging these just to give me a little more time to eat them up. Since like I said, I did go grocery shopping this week, and I thought, since I'm going to, oh, there's my canner. One moment. Okay, thank you. I had my canner's processing the cowboy candy. So from the state of my kitchen, you can see it's been a very busy and productive day. So let's move on to the Chicken Cacciatore. All right. Now, most of the stuff I've either had frozen or I've gotten at the farmer's market, got from my garden. But just to let you know, if you're not growing your own stuff, you can maybe try to find some already cubed frozen organic butternut squash or things like that to make it easier. But for me, I'm trying to, grow my own food or support my local farmers. This year, I'm trying to go where my strengths are. So I know that I can cook. I know that I'm good at that and meal prepping. Gardening, I'm still working on, you guys. I really am. So I've gotten some things out of my garden. The butternut squash and the zucchini is clearly super easy to grow. I've been overrun with it. I've given so much away already. And I still have more coming in. But other things I've had to buy. And, last year I ended up supporting Misfits over the winter. This year, I've supported a lot of my local farmers and local farmers market, which I love, and I've grown as much as I can. So hopefully this winter, I'm going to just do a lot more studying on gardening. There's a little gnat in here, and I'm going to learn how to do more of the growing next year. So it's trial by error, and we're just going to go where our strengths are. So if you guys can't grow your own, aren't gardeners, find where you can from your farmer's market or, at your local stores. I know they have some organic in the freezer section. You can try that. So just trying to make cooking at home affordable and easy so we can be healthy, learn to heal from the inside out, and save money as well. So adapt these recipes to how it fits your lifestyle. Okay? All right, let's move on. So this is the Chicken Cacciatore, 2 pounds of chicken. And you can also adjust this to your family. This should be about feed a family of 4, but if you have more, add a little more chicken in there and stuff. 2 cups of mushrooms. Now I have some dehydrated mushrooms here that I dehydrated. So because they're dehydrated and it says 2 cups, I'm going to use, I mean, I could even use like a half a cup, but I think I'm going to use, I like mushrooms, I'm going to use a cup. Let me get this open here. Oh, yep, nice and sealed. Now when I'm done, I'll seal these back up. So I'm going to use a cup of dehydrated mushrooms in mine. So, like I said, use what works for you. Guess I'll do a few more than a cup since I spilled them. I'll put these in too. And then I'm going to seal these back up for when I don't have fresh mushrooms again. All right, and then 2 cups diced tomatoes with the juice. So here I have this, I brought out some of my tomatoes as well, but I had this organic can of diced tomatoes, so I'm going to use this up first. So let's do 2 cups with the juice. Here's 1 cup. So just showing you how versatile it can be. And these, I think these organic Simple Nature ones, I believe they are at Aldi, but I know Walmart has some too. So there's 2 cups of the diced tomatoes with the juice. Just a little more in there. And then 1 onion. So look at all these onions, you guys. I got these at the farmer's market and I just diced them all up. I thought whatever I don't use, I'm going to throw in a baggie and freeze them so I'll have my onions all diced up. That's what I do like to use. So an onion is usually about a cup. So I will just put, a small onion is even a half a cup. So I'm just going to put a cup of onions in there. And a cup of carrots. I had these organic carrots left over. So cup is about a handful. Put those in there. And a half a cup of chicken broth. Once again, my chicken broth from that I just thawed out from the freezer. There we go. And a tablespoon of parsley. So a tablespoon of freeze-dried parsley. Just gonna throw some in there. I gave a friend from work a whole bunch of herbs, so I just chopped up a whole bunch of my Italian parsley. So I do have some out there, but I thought it's kind of dark. It gets dark early now, you guys. We're in fall. So I just thought I'll just use the freeze-dried for now. And 2 cloves of garlic. So clove is about, from, I think it's either a teaspoon or a tablespoon, but I love garlic, so I'm going to go with a tablespoon. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of garlic. Salt, pepper, like a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of oregano. So you know what I might do is just put a little bit of my little herb blend in here. I'm going to just do a pinch of that. Because these are all my fresh herbs that I do. It has oregano, Italian parsley, sage, all of that. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. Then I'm just going to put, this is a teaspoon, so I'll put salt in there. And then it says half a teaspoon of pepper. I use this container, but I just grind up my peppercorns and throw it in here. So just works easier for me, and then I don't have to grind it every time I use it. So it works. There's some oregano. Okay, that is it for the chicken cacciatore. There you go. Mix that up. And this one will be 15 minutes in the Instapot or 4 to 6 hours in the slow cooker. Now this, when my mom used to make chicken cacciatore when we were growing up, she used to serve it over rice. So I know people serve it with pasta or with rice. Have it with it, you know, however you want to have it. And it does have vegetables in there too, but you know, you can always do like a salad with it, or and that's a full meal. There you go. Throw it in the slow cooker Instapot. You have dinner done just like that. I personally like to throw them in my, I mean, if you're in a hurry and you have an Instapot, great. But what I like to do is just throw them in early on low and then just leave it all day. I'm kind of one where I don't really like to, I think my jars are boiling. I'm going to set my timer. Hold on. Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes. Canning my last batch of cowboy candy. So, yes, if you guys want to see how that's done too, I'll link that video below. All right, moving on. This one is the pesto chicken. So we're gonna do 2 of the pesto chickens and veggies. Okay, good, because I'm gonna use up my zucchini here. 4 chicken breasts, so I have 4 in each. Onion, let's get some onion. So I'm gonna put some onion in each. 2 of that in there. Let's do a little bit extra in each there. I like veggies. And then zucchini. Yes, I'm going to do quite a bit of zucchini because whatever I don't use here, I am going to dehydrate up. So I'm just going to put 2 full handfuls of zucchini in there just because why not have extra, actually even a little bit more. And just put extra in there. Okay. It says carrots, corn, and Brussels sprouts. So I don't have any Brussels sprouts, so I just put a little extra zucchini in there. Why not? I had some okra in my freezer. I thought about doing that, but this'll work. So let's do some carrots. I'll just use the rest of these. I have 1 whole carrot here. I'll chop this up. All right, some carrots. Just a little extra color, tiny bit of beta carotene. I mean, I have my canned carrots. If I want carrots, add more carrots in there, I can open a can of carrots and add it in there, but this is fine. This is fine. Corn. Put some corn in there. This is corn I had in my freezer. Handful in each. This is going to be pretty. And then pesto. Oh. Doesn't it cause for, I think it does cause for a tablespoon of pesto sauce in each. I forgot to write it down. But it also has dried ranch dressing. Now, dried ranch dressing is super easy to make, you guys. I make some here. I just put parsley, dillweed, onion powder, salt, pepper, and I use the dried buttermilk powder. Couldn't find it online. There's a lot of recipes. I'm just going to put a tablespoon of each of these. And then I was going to make my own pesto, which is so easy to do with olive oil and fresh herbs, and I honestly should have, but I got some organic pesto sauce and I'm just going to use it, and you guys, shows you that you can make your own, okay? So I'm just literally going to put like a tablespoon, whoop, that was a little bit more, in each. So there you go. That is, but I think when I cook it though, I might add a little bit of liquid in there, but that's super pretty, you guys. So that's the pesto chicken. I thought that would be really good, which is why I made 2 of them. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chicken dinners. I'm going to move on. Oh, you know what? We have an African Thai stew, which is meatless. So that's a really economical one. Just trying to get all the air out here. Same, like another 12 to 15 minutes or 4 to 6 hours in the slow cooker. I mean, now these are generally, you kind of have to go with your own slow cooker too. Some people's slow cookers are a little bit different, higher than others. There we go. So let's move on. Ooh, let's do the spiced butternut squash soup. So I can use some of that. Let me find, here it is. Spiced butternut squash soup. This one calls for 1 cup of onion. So I am just going to use this cup here. And I'm going to put the squash at the bottom too because it's the heaviest. So 6 cups of butternut squash. This is all my butternut squash I cut and diced. Okay, that is 6 cups of butternut squash, 1 cup of onion, a 4-ounce can of diced green chilies. That's kind of where the spice comes in. And throw that in there. 3 cloves of garlic. So 3 tablespoons of garlic, 1 cup of coconut milk. So I have the canned coconut milk that I just got at Aldi. And I'm gonna put a whole cup in there. I thought about doubling this recipe or making 2 of them. We'll see if I have enough butternut squash after. I may make another one. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin and a tablespoon of curry powder. I have so much stuff out here. Here it is. 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. This is going to be some delicious butternut squash soup, you guys. And a tablespoon of curry powder. Oh, that smells so good. Alexa, stop. Now I need to go pull out my cowboy candy. Okay, I'm back and I got the last batch of cowboy candy out of the canner. Woohoo! I'm so happy about that. So let's get these meals finished up. And then we'll have several meals ready for the freezer. And I should be done prepping for a good while for meals as it goes. I will be canning some tomato things and some other things I'll pull out of the garden. But as far as meal prepping, I'm going to go through and reorganize my freezer, reorganize my pantry, and then I'm going to take a little list of all the things that I have and just like an inventory. So I actually took a personal day on Monday because I want to clean out my garage, just rearrange my gardening things, put some of the things in my garden shed before we get that S word that's coming, and then move my little John Deere out of the way and just get organized so I can put my car in the garage because it's a little disorganized right now. So that's what I'm going to do on Monday. And I think when I do that, I'm going to try to organize my freezer and my pantry, put the meals that we do now in the back, the other ones forward, and just take a little inventory of what I have for meals. Because I have been cooking some, as you've seen in some of the other videos, of the things that we've been making together. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish up here. And then I can get this kitchen all cleaned up and just have a relaxing evening before I start my work week tomorrow. All right, so let's go. So we got the spiced butternut squash soup done. We got 2 pesto chickens done. Now let's try, it's called cauliflower curry. Let's try that. Let's see, I'm going to do 1 or 2 of those. Let's take a peek here. Looks like I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do 1 of these or 2. I might do 2. I really like curry. Okay, I think I'm going to make 2 of them. All right. So that means I need to get another look. Oh, we have the African Thai stew too. We've got lots of stuff to make. All right, let's make sure I have enough butternut squash for that. Okay, I think we should. I think we should have enough. Oops. So, let me make sure it doesn't need. Okay, yeah, so the beans in them are red lentils. I don't have red lentils, so I'm going to use some organic split peas. I hope it works. I think they will work just fine. Let me write on this bag. So I make a lot of meals and I have a lot of meat still in my freezer. So these are some meatless meals and I just want to have some options. So if I want to eat a meatless meal, maybe twice a month or something, I'll just have some meatless meal options. So that's why I thought I'll just make an extra one since I have the butternut squash already diced up. Pot, 6 minutes, slow cooker, 4 to 6 hours on low. Most of these are on low. Okay. So for these, we are going to take 2 cups of butternut squash. And like I said, I like to put that in the bottom. Okay. And then I can hear my jar sealing. I love that sound. It just makes me happy. And then 1 onion in each. So I'm gonna just put a nice heap in 1/2 cup of onion in each. Okay. And then 1/2 cup of red lentils. So this is where I'm just going to use the split peas. I mean, why not, right? And this is a 1/4 cup, so I'm just gonna add a little bit extra. Well, let's see what happens. Sometimes you make it up as you go. I'm losing my shirt here. 1 cup diced tomato. I'm gonna open a jar of mine. 1 cup in this one. These are the tomatoes that I canned with the skin on. So, yeah, super easy. They smell so good and fresh. Okay, 1 cup of each of those. 1 cup of coconut milk. These are gonna be so good, you guys. I just love all kinds of different flavors. And like I said, yeah, it's a lot of prepping right now. I like to just do it all in one time, get it all chopped up, done, clean everything up, have everything in the freezer, and I'm just pulling them out. To me, it's great. I mean, cooking is work. It really is. I feel good about putting good things in my body, saving money, and just knowing where all of this food came from. So that gives me pleasure, even though, I mean, this is a lot of work on my day off. But I know that this is gonna really help in the long run. And I'm showing you this because I really want it to help you guys too. And it can save money. And, you know, it's just so much better than going out to eat or just buying convenience meals. You can make the convenience meals yourself. So that's the reason why I'm showing you all this. Otherwise, I could just throw it together and throw it in my freezer and be done. But I want to share what I'm doing with you. And a lot of these recipes are new, which is why I'm kind of showing you as I pull them out and cook them too. But I'm not really the pickiest eater. I do like different flavors and things. I like to taste my food. So yeah, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 cups of cauliflower. Now I have this riced cauliflower that I took out of the freezer, and I have some dehydrated cauliflower. That's what I found in my house. So let's go with what we have. So this is still frozen. I'm going to put a cup in each. I think we might have enough to do 2 cups of this in each. Okay, so it's going to be a riced cauliflower dish, I guess. Hey, I could put a little, you know what, I think I'm just going to go with the riced cauliflower because then I don't have to unseal that. Why not? Making it up as I go. But if you have cauliflower, you can just do big chunks of cauliflower in there. 3 tablespoons of curry powder. So, and 1 cup of water or broth. Oh, turmeric, salt, and pepper. Surprised it calls for turmeric when curry powder has so much turmeric in it already. But hey, I will put it in there. It says to. Broth. So it's a chicken broth or water. So I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of chicken broth and a 1/2 cup of water. We have these 2 cauliflower curries. An easy meatless meal. Don't have a problem with meat, but you know what? It's economical, and every once in a while, it does not hurt to have a meatless meal. And some of you don't eat meat either, so there you go. You know what I could have put is some zucchini in there just to add a little bit. I think I'm going to, because I have all the zucchini. I'm just going to add a handful, and zucchini takes on whatever flavor it has. So I'm just going to put about a cup of zucchini in each of them too. Why not? Little extra substance and vegetables. My hands are all yellow, you guys. And I've been washing them too in between. I like curry, so I don't really care. And getting that turmeric in my skin isn't going to bother me at all. Okay, let's move on. African Thai stew. Let's do that. And I should have 2 of these. Yes, African Thai stew. This is another meatless one, all right? So we're gonna have some meatless selections in the freezer. This one I'm gonna have to double bag after. I think I was getting tired of bagging. This one, onion. Put some onion in there. I'm so glad I had all this stuff chopped up first with my handy dandy chopper. Sweet potato. So I'm gonna do half sweet potato and half butternut squash, okay? So I'm gonna do about maybe 3/4 a cup of there, and then I'm gonna do a half a cup because I need the sweet potato for some other meals too. So I split up a half a cup of sweet potato between each of them, and then I put butternut squash in each of them too. So yeah, we'll try that, see how it works. All right, and then garlic. My mom and I went to the farmer's market and got a bunch of garlic, and I had infused a bunch in honey. So I think I may have to do that. Oh, my battery's running out, you guys. Okay, let's see here. Garlic. See how much we can get through. I might have to take a break and charge my phone. Let's finish this one, and then I think I am going to have to take a break and charge my phone, okay? So then we've got diced canned tomatoes. So we will definitely put those in there. We'll put the rest of those in there. And canned chickpeas. Now I rinsed and drained and washed these. So a whole can of chickpeas in each of them. Here's where our protein's coming from. Cumin, curry powder, lime juice, fresh ginger. Now for that ginger, I had the freeze-dried. So let's put some freeze-dried ginger in each of them. I don't have any fresh limes, so this is what we're gonna have to use today. Okay, so we got some lime juice in there. Cumin, do a half a teaspoon of cumin in each one. Pepper. Now, at the end of cooking, so these can go either in the Instapot or the slow cooker. Now there's no meat in here, so they don't really have to cook very long. I would say maybe even 3 to 5 minutes in the Instapot, and maybe a couple hours in the slow cooker. When it's almost done, you're going to add some peanut butter and some cranberries, and that is going to make this African Thai stew. All right, and this one I would probably serve over rice. That's what I would do. And if you don't eat rice, you can do cauliflower rice. All right, and I'm probably going to add some. I'm going to add some zucchini in here too, just because I have some. And I would normally just put some green powder in there, and zucchini takes on the flavor of whatever you put in there. And it smells like cumin, so yum. And it will have peanut butter in there, which makes the Thai. All right, you guys, I am going to charge my phone and then come back, charge my phone, and then I'm going to cut up the chicken sausage for sausage and sweet potato. And then I'll come back and we will finish up. All right, friends, welcome back. So let's wrap up and finish this big kitchen day that we had. All right, so we're gonna finish it off with 4 meals, 2 meals in 4 separate bags. All right, and then I will show you everything that we have done together in the kitchen. Now remember, I did start my yogurt today, this morning. I've got this Indian butter chicken going in the crock pot. It smells amazing, you guys. It's almost done. I added a little bit of jasmine rice in here. I thought that would be good with it. And then I'm just gonna let it finish while we're done cooking and while I put everything away. And then I'm gonna cool it down, put it in the fridge, and then divide it up tomorrow. Then I have my cowboy candy, which is sitting over on the counter, because you can see how we've been using this counter today. It's been insane. All right. And then I'm going to lay out all the meals. I'll take a picture, show you everything we did, and then we'll say good night. I'm going to put everything away, and then I am just going to probably watch a couple of my favorite homesteaders while I fall asleep and unwind and get ready for my work week. All right, so let's finish these two off. I really appreciate you guys staying with me. And don't forget, again, sign up for the drawing next week for the free chopper. All right, I'm going to do that random drawing or random, I don't know if I'm going to do a wheel or if I'm just going to throw the names in and have it do a drawing. But we're going to do it live and I'll show you how it is. So it's super fair. All right. Okay. Paper. Here's my paper. Just so full of spice and seasoning. How funny. All right. Let's do the sweet potato, which is supposed to be sweet potato, but I mixed it with the butternut squash because I had more of that than sweet potato. So I did sweet potato and butternut squash. And it is I think it's on the other side, quinoa stew. So this is also another meatless meal. And normally this is just sweet potato. So if you just have sweet potato or you just find the frozen cube sweet potato, that is really what the recipe calls for. So that's fine. But I didn't have as much sweet potato left, so I just mixed it with the butternut squash because that's what I have a lot of, and I haven't dug up my sweet potatoes yet out in the garden. Fingers crossed they worked out, so we'll see. But anyway, all right, so 4 cups of sweet potatoes. I did 4 cups of sweet potatoes and butternut squash. 1 cup of black beans. Well, I have a whole can, so I'm going to put a whole can in for each of them. I guess I didn't read that when I opened and rinsed and did all that for two cans. So I'm going to put a can in each of them. Why not, right? Extra protein. Fiber. Extra protein and fiber. All right. And 1 cup of corn. I did put the corn in there because I wanted that bowl that I didn't want to dirty any more dishes, you guys. I have to do my dishes after this. So I'm going to do that after. And I just didn't want to dirty another one. So I threw my corn in there so I could use that bowl to cut up my sausage for the next 1 cup of diced tomatoes. So I'm going to put a half of my diced tomatoes in each of them. So I'm just going to do half in that one. Half in that one. There we go. That is about 1 cup each. So we'll do that. Then it says 1 red onion. Well, I am not going to go out and get a red onion. I'm not going to cut any more onions. So we all know I am going to put the onion that I have there. There we go. Works for me. Okay, and then, oh, it asks for lime juice. Let's put some lime juice in there. Squirt in each one. All right, there we go. It doesn't say how much, so it just says lime juice. So there you go. All right, and then, 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Yes, it does, Trina Reed. I don't have glasses on, so not that I need an excuse, but I could go get them. So it's 2 tablespoons, so that 2 tablespoons is probably going to be the equivalent of 1 to 2 limes. If you have limes, I almost ordered some limes. They had some organic limes on sale at Aldi, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to need any limes this week. Urgh. Well, you know what? It's fine. Okay, anyway. And then a half a cup of quinoa. This is the extent of my quinoa. I haven't bought quinoa in a while, but this is what I have. So I think I have a whole cup in here. So let's do, and I'm not going to dip that in there because this was in the onion. So I'm just going to do half a cup in each. This is so fun, you guys. It's fun for me because I've never tried any of these, and it's just kind of fun to try new recipes and easy ones. I mean, these guys just pull them out. Easy breezy. I don't know. I just think it'll be so fun. Just all these different kinds of flavors that we're making. So if you try any of these, let me know. Leave it in the comments below. I'm so interested if you like them, if you don't like them, if you changed them. You know, just let me know. I'm just curious because I'm not a super picky eater. I like a lot of different flavors. I like to travel and try like foods from all over. So, you know, let me know what y'all think. And moving on. Then we're going to do, 4 to 5 cups of chicken broth. Okay, this is what I was going to tell you. So right here, I have about 5, all right? So what I did was I took my dehydrated chicken powder. When I had a bunch of bone broth that I'd made, chicken broth, I took some and I dehydrated it. And then this is what I have. I have some dehydrated chicken broth. So I just took some of that in some warm water and dissolved it. And I'm just going to add that to it because I didn't want to take out a whole nother jar and defrost it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm sure we need this broth for the quinoa. So I'm going to, this is making me a little nervous to put this much liquid in and freeze it, but I'm going to divide half and half into the bags. This bowl, why do I do this with this bowl every time? It's just making a mess. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So glad. So I spilled a whole cup of water on my floor in between, you weren't seeing, which actually had me wash my floor. So I'm so happy now that I'm spilling chicken broth. Shuzbutt. And that. Do I edit it or do you guys just see how human I am? I need to wash these bags off because it's chicken broth. And that is why I didn't want to put all that liquid in there. So, you know what? My gut was right. Okay, you guys, so there's a reason why I didn't feel comfortable about putting so much liquid in a bag. I guess if you want to do that, put your bag in a bowl or use one of those bag holders that you can buy on Amazon. I am still making a mess because this liquid is just a messy process. And now I need to wash my floors again. So much for my nice relaxing evening. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put any more liquid in there because a lot of it spilled out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, when I cook it, I'm going to add some chicken broth. So maybe that's a good idea for that. Okay, I haven't decided if I'm going to leave in or edit out that big mess that just happened. In this recipe, it calls for 4 to 6 cups of chicken broth. So I did that, and the bags tipped over and spilled all over the place. After I had already washed my floors while I was waiting for my phone to charge. So I think what I'm going to do for this quinoa stew, and I think the reason why we need so much liquid is because of the quinoa. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off these bags because it is chicken broth and it's spilt. And I'm not going to add any more liquid right now, but when I cook it, I'm going to add probably another 2 cups of chicken broth to it. So my advice would be, when you freeze it, I would not add the chicken broth to it. I would add the 4 to 6 cups of chicken broth right before you cook it. Unless you have one of those bag holders that hold the bags up, or you put it in a bowl and you want it in your, I mean, maybe not everybody is as messy as me, but I just think that for my sake and for my sanity and for my time and not having to clean up all these messes that I make, that is what I'm going to do. So, well, you know what? I need to see if I need to add some, and look at my whole paper. I'm going to see if I need to add more spices in there. So, for the quinoa stew is 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, and 1 teaspoon of chili powder. In the Instapot, 10 minutes, slow cooker, 3 to 4 hours. So, now that I shut these, I am just going to put some cumin powder, onion powder, and what did I say? Chili powder. Here's some onion powder, here's some chili powder, and here's some cumin. So guess what? I'm just going to quick open up one end and throw those in there. I'm a little irritated with myself if you can't see. But you know, I've been in the kitchen for quite a while today because I started my yogurt this morning. One messy meal. I think in my other video I said I need to rename my channel Trina's Messy Meals or Messy Kitchen or Messy Homestead. But I will tell you that this winter when I have all these meals made, I will not care that I made this big mess. Be happy about it. And I will share that joy with you. Now I'm going to wipe off these bags and then move on to the final one. Now, for the final one, this is, I'm going to put all these recipes on recipe cards since I made a big mess out of this. This one is super easy. Sausage, sweet potatoes, peppers, onions, salt, pepper, Worcester. That is it. And this will just get poured out on a cookie sheet, baked at between 350 and 400. I've seen 2 different ways to go. And that's it. The flavors of it are amazing. What I'm going to do is throw the rest of this zucchini in with them. I chopped up some green peppers. That's all I had. I got this organic sausage at Aldi. I have this, it's like chicken and apple. And then there was also another kind they had that was jalapeno and cheddar. So I mixed them together and I am going to divide them between the 2 bags, mix the onion, zucchini, and peppers in there, and then salt, pepper, Worcester. That is it. Then when you're ready to take it out, you just spread it out on a cookie sheet, bake it for 350 to 400, wherever, you know, I'll probably do 350. I do it almost everything at 350 for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. However it looks done. There's really, I couldn't find any exact time. And I heard the flavors are amazing. So here we go. Ready? I'm going to do half of the sausage in one. I wasn't going to touch the meat again, but it's all right. So we have things for. I'm so glad to be almost done, you guys. This was a big day. And you know what? I am almost done cooking for a very long time. I have so many meals right now that one of my friends, Mary, who works with me, but she also has her own channel, Cupcakes and Stickies. She was like, you have so much food. I can't believe you're even doing anymore. But you watch, Mary, when I don't have to cook for a super long time. And I keep trying to get her to do this because her and her husband, Josh, they would love it. I know Josh would be, well, Josh cooks. So, okay, so she has a husband that does some cooking. So I guess that's a little, you know, that's cheating. So she probably does. But Josh can watch this and he can do some of these. Yeah. Anyway, whatever works for your family, you guys. Everybody has, you know, different gifts. Like some people just don't like to cook. And honestly, cooking it, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind cooking. I just like the results of it. And the saving the money and the benefits it gives to my health. That's really the reason why I do this. And if you get all the prep work done ahead of time, like this. And, you know, when I was prepping, I put on some good music, kind of bopped around my kitchen, did a little dancing. You know, it wasn't so bad. It was kind of fun. And then in between, I talked to some friends. You know, it made it go pretty good. So here we go. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at my dishes. I'm so happy. Y'all saw what my countertop look like when we started, right? Oh, I'm so happy. So happy. Thank God I have a dishwasher. All right, so we are going to put some Worcester, like Worcester, Massachusetts in here. Worcester. And some salt and pepper. Little Himalayan sea salt. And where's my black pepper? I feel like celebrating. We got all these meals done. Wait, celebrating. I'm so happy, you guys. It was a lot of meals. I'm going to go count them. Make sure I got everything in there we need. Sausage, sweet potatoes, peppers, onion, salt, pepper, Worcester in a bag. Hallelujah. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is going to be a lot of meals. I'm going to go show you a picture of how many meals it is. And the cowboy candy. And the candom. And this for the week. And the yogurt, which will be done tomorrow. Gosh, it's so good. I do want to make, okay, so I do, because I do have eggs, so I'm, there, okay, there is, I know it's never ending, is it? There's two things I want to do. I really, and my mom loved it too. Becky from Acre Homes, her mom, that Amish breakfast casserole was so good. So I gave some to my mom because she loved it. So I need to make some more of that. I think I have another one in my freezer, but I did get some extra eggs. And I want to pickle some more eggs. So those, I mean, I don't have to go to the store or anything. I have plenty of eggs. So those are the things that I want to do as far as if I need to do anything in the kitchen. I don't have to do it. I can do it next weekend. It's not the end of the world. I can pull some, I'll probably pull some breakfast out of the freezer this week. Maybe make some farmer's porridge and oatmeal and things like that. But yeah, those things I want to do because those are so good, you guys. That Amish casserole that Becky from Acre Homes, super good. Super, super good. All right, my counters are a mess, but I'm going to show you how many meals we made today. Thanks for watching. Be blessed. Have a great night. Bye.